Wow, again, it's like the 30th of December. Again, just my Peaky Blinders cap and a fleece, and I'm fine. It's like it's 6 something in the morning, and it is like warm. It's warm out here in my, for this time of year. Like I'm not tripping off of the cool of the morning. This is wild. And right now, like, I'm hearing about Pacifica and all these places getting flooded like crazy. Like, so much warm air is being pushed into this area. It's a trip. So, pardon me. As like all the dust from my room clears from my lungs, get the morning air in. One of the things I was thinking about is a primer from the walk away kind of thing. That theme was really something more about the God pilling. This was what I'm thinking, I want to call it now, that for whoever tries to like kind of grift off of it, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all compared to the stabilizing force that God pilling did. All these people that not only just kind of changed their mind, just went through a metanoia, but the key, really what ends up being important, is that a lot of people were no longer angry. They started to understand the universe and how it operates, because they were looking at the stories and they're like, it's kind of like evil, and they started looking at the stories. And then they became more curious about them. And inevitably people, you would see influencers or whatever, people on YouTube mostly I saw, that would start finding things like the Psalms. And that they started to realize that these were songs. This would make sense as some kind of like sung piece of poetry of sorts. And the brilliance of that would hit them. All of these things, like that suddenly you're connected to the motivations of history. And that you realize, like, no, there's always bad people. There is just no way of making people, and there's no way of making the world good and fair and just. You simply try. Even the Buddhists concede this. There is no merit to the practice of Buddhism. It was Bodhidharma himself. Like, what are my merits for doing all these great things for Buddhism? Oh, there are none. Like, well, where will I go when I die? I don't know. I mean, like, things like that all of a sudden, it doesn't really, no, that doesn't matter. It's that the way you're living and the way you make your mind operate, you adapt to the bad. And the left is showing now really something that it's now becoming something not just in theory, but it's now really starting to actually manifest it. And I think as hardship grows, we're going to see very interesting behaviors start developing. And it's because of maladaptive qualities, maladaptive psychic qualities, that the blue enclaves will collapse because nobody will actually unite for the good. They just won't adapt to fighting that which is bad, which they all agree they don't like it, but they won't unite. It will be the most cruel example of what diversity is. That's my call. Because that would be the most cruel, that would be the most ironic if there was, like, if the whole idea was that the punchline was supposed to really humor the devil. that would be the joke on us in that regard, is that everybody would just keep watching as one person just kills everyone one by one because they won't stop them. That would yeah, that would be the cruel irony. All right, later.